What is consciousness? Now, there is a lot of debate about what consciousness is and what it means. There's different answers that resonate with traditional psychologists, with alternative therapists, with those in the spiritual field. And no matter what anyone says, no matter what I say in this video, that's not what consciousness is. Because no string of words and no mental concepts can truly capture what is beyond the conceptual. And we can use language and we can use these concepts to come close to what consciousness is and kind of point to it, but we'll never fully touch it. I believe that it's something that is ever present and should be experienced to even get a glimpse of what that is. Now, it seems now, after I say all this, counterintuitive to say that to me, consciousness is the awareness of being. Now, that's simply the string of words, the concepts that resonate with me most, and that may it resonate with you as well. And this is also just simply something I wish I had when I was wondering what it was. So in this video, we'll unpack what this means, at least to me. We will unpack what this being means. We'll unpack what it means to be aware of that being, the spaciousness that arises when one gets a glimpse of what it means to be aware of that being, and how presence is the key to all of it, how it's the gateway to being, you could say. And that links to my first video that I did, as well as the meditation. And yes, I'm Jana, and may this content, may this space resonate with you and contribute to raising our collective consciousness in this world. Okay, so let's start off with what it means, what the first part of this means, the being. And I'll just start off by saying that I believe that there are bit reductive to categorize it, but I believe that we are comprised of body, mind, and spirit, simply. And what that spirit is I believe we're all emanations of the same sun. So if the universal spirit, being, energy, you could say, is the sun, we're all rays of that sun that are emanating and experiencing the universe through this human experience. Okay, so what are some examples of that can make this a bit more, I guess, easier to understand? I think moments of true presence. Moments where you're not, looking or experiencing something, or let's say you're meeting someone and you're not looking through them, through the veil of thinking, not putting your mental projections onto them, but just letting them be as they are and showing themselves to you and just experiencing it. Like, I think we're so caught up in the body and the mind and labeling things and just putting our kind of projections onto things and experiences that we are shaping those experiences by the lens that we filter it through. And by just letting it be as it is, true presence, not identifying with the mind or the body through that experience, but just allowing it to be as it is. Translucence is the word that comes to mind. So you just allow the being that emanates through us all to experience that moment. And I'll give an example. So an example that comes to mind is when I was in India this summer, where I'm from. We were staying at a natural resort, you could say, and I was talking to the manager at the Ayurvedic spa, and during moments in the conversation where there was a bit of silence, he just sat there and looked at me, just like that. And at first glimpse, you think that he's just blankly zoning out, and there's nothing. He's just blankly zoning out, and there is nothing really going on, but it's not because he's not fully present. It's the complete opposite. He's fully present, just allowing you to be as you are, not putting his projections onto you. And I think it's that moment of just those moments of extreme true presence where the being in you is kind of experiencing itself, experiencing the universe through the human experience, without the body and the mind getting in the way. Another thing that comes to mind is moments of awe, just of such wonder and reverence. So for example, when we're looking at a beautiful sunset, or when we're at the beach and we just get that first just breath of fresh air before the mind has time to be like, time to put its projections onto it, like, oh my god, look at the colors of that. Just for that split second, you just fully allow the being that emanates through us all to experience that moment as it is, to experience the universe through the human form, through your body and mind. And this links, this links very closely to my first video about how presence is the gateway to being. So it's so clear to me that just in that split second, it's not the body or the mind working, it's just, there's something else. It's literally just the being experiencing itself. So what does it mean to be aware of that being, to recognize it? Coming back to that consciousness is the awareness of being. Well, for most of our lives, we're not really aware of it. We have these little moments of true presence where the being clearly emanates and shines through, where we're translucent, and sometimes we don't realize it, and then we go back to identifying with getting caught up with the physical, the body, the mind, the personality, the ego, the surface I. But then for some, usually later on in life, sometimes earlier on, one realizes that there has to be more, something behind it or around it all, right? And this links very closely to a video that I'll do about suffering, and how suffering is often an opening to spirituality. Just not emotional, mental suffering, not physical torment, which is not what I mean by suffering. Just the one's experience of their experience being so unpleasant that there's just this opening, this portal to transcend it all in order to keep coping. And this realization that there's something more, right, is now called awakening or waking up. And again, no words or concepts can really truly describe this. We can use language to try and point at it, but we'll never fully touch it, right? It's felt. It's not intellectually understood, because then that's the mind working, and the mind cannot grasp what is, and the physical cannot be really used to truly encapsulate what I believe is not physical, metaphysical. So to help embody this, I've created a guided meditation. Now, to imply that doing this meditation is the step that you need to take to feel this, because that completely contradicts what I just said. That is to imply that there are steps in the way that one must take in order to feel this, but it's not true, because then that implies that there's things in the way of you feeling that, and there's nothing in the way between you and the present moment. It's always there for you. However, most of us live in a society where it's really, really easy and normalized to just be fully caught up with the physical, where any sort of awareness of something beyond it has kind of gone through a temporary amnesia. So the purpose of this meditation is to simply highlight these things, to be a source of information for whomever it resonates with, to foster an environment where it's more conducive to zoom out and not be dreaming the dream of thought all the time, or be caught up and identify with the personality and the ego, so that we can act a bit more consciously in our day-to-day lives. So I guess a call to action from this video would be to just let this sink in for a moment, and don't take what I say as absolute truth. This is simply what resonates with me the most right now. So I don't know, question it, reflect on it, feel it, and another call to action could be, feel free to do the guided meditation on this topic, where we really embody these concepts rather than just talking about them. And you don't need to have any expectations, certain things that you have to feel. That defeats the purpose. That implies that there's things in the way. There's nothing in the way between you and the present moment. At the very least, you get 10 minutes of presence and relaxation. So feel free to share this video with someone that you love. And please do let me know in the comments below whether you enjoyed this, what parts resonated, what parts didn't, what parts were explained clearly, what parts were not, and little actions, reminders that have helped you, that could help you to come back to the present moment. So I'm Jana. Welcome to the space on YouTube, and may this content resonate with you and contribute to raising our collective consciousness. Thank you, and have a present day ahead, I guess, or evening ahead.